Hello everyone, I'm Channa Purohit, uh, Associate QA from Horizontal Digital. I have 2 years of experience in Salesforce ecosystem, and today I'm going to present you how we can leverage Advertising Studio from Marketing Cloud to run the campaign on Twitter. That is running advertising on Twitter. So what happens is, what happens is, uh, we Twitter runs advertising on for people itself, and we can create campaigns there by paying some money as their requirement. But and at the same time, uh, we can leverage whatever data if we have already existing data for that. If people are using Marketing Cloud, that time what happens is, Marketing Cloud does have lot of data. So what we do, use Advertising Studio there to leverage existing data into Marketing Cloud to run campaign on the Twitter. So prerequisite is, if you have people or if you have data which belongs to Twitter, and to particular that data you want to send some advertising campaigns, that time we use Advertising Studio under Marketing Cloud to leverage that particular data. So so what will we see, that how we can create campaign there on Twitter, how we can integrate that Twitter campaign with our Marketing Cloud Advertising Studio, and how will we use our existing data for advertising on Twitter. So first of all, we will look into that Twitter advertising campaign via. So moral of the story is, we will do Twitter advertising via Marketing Cloud Advertising Studio. So today the agenda of this session is Marketing Cloud Advertising. We will look into Marketing Cloud Advertising Studio use cases, Twitter and Marketing Cloud Advertising Studio integration, creating Twitter campaign, creating audience in Marketing Cloud Advertising Studio, and some terms or glossary regarding such campaign. So now we will see how and why we do advertising on Twitter. The basic thing is, we have audience there, and we want to propagate something about our business too, and want to reach to people about something. So what we can do is, we can create videos and send them as an advertising to the audience. And some business can have apps, and their purpose is to get install that apps. They can send that apps through um, Twitter to their Twitter audience. That kind of use cases I have listed here, and for which Twitter itself asks for the that what is the purpose of your business. And that can be a we can think of, like, do we want video views, want to install our apps, or any engagement, want followers for something, or just want to reach. Like, if we take out of them a reach scenario that we see nowadays, that some toys videos we see on YouTube or our social sites, they don't sell that those toys, but they just reach out to people, reach out to kids, that kind of toys can be are exist, and uh, by that they expand their product, and people automatically go for purchasing that product. That kind of things we can fulfill uh, by our campaign. So mm, to create business account or create campaign in Twitter, we will see how we can create that Twitter account and campaign in that account, and how we will run our advertising, will send advertising via Twitter to Twitter audience. For that, we can what is Twitter? First of all, we should know what is Twitter account, and the Twitter account. You all guys must be know that simple going on twitter.com and create a new account, that is, and provide information they ask and create that Twitter account. After creating a Twitter account, that is the simple organic or individual or personal Twitter account, and it what is the next question arises, that what is the business account, Twitter business account, and the answer for that question is just Twitter business account is nothing else but only the Twitter account which we have, and by which we want to send our advertising. That's it. So what the next step will we have to take is just tweet our advertising from our Twitter account. It is very considerable thing here that just tweet anything and your assets, what you want to tweet, and the advertising under the Twitter is nothing else just a simple tweet which you tweet from your account. And after tweeting Twitter that tweet, you can leverage that tweet as an advertising into your campaign. Okay? So first step is create the Twitter account and tweet something means to say whatever you want to tweet. Okay, and after that we will go on this URL ads.twitter.com. There, to go on this account, you must be logged into this twitter.com account which you have. Otherwise, it will not open. And what will we do here is we will just create our campaign for advertising here. So, first of all, create Twitter account, and after that, tweet something. Sorry. After that, read something and go on adstwitter.com. Here we will create that campaign, and here we will choose one of our tweets as an advertising. Okay, so steps what we need to run our Twitter campaign in Twitter via advertising for advertising studio audience. What we have to do is there are four steps which we have to conclude, and after that, that campaign will be run. First of all, create that campaign on ads.twitter.com. Integrate that Twitter account with Advertising Studio, that I will show how to do in Advertising Studio. After that, just create audience using Marketing Cloud data. And what is that? That just uh, create audience in Advertising Studio, and while creating that audience, we just use existing data extensions or contacts in Marketing Cloud. That is to say, we cannot use data extensions directly into Twitter campaign. Twitter just leverages audience which we create in our Advertising Studio. So create first of all that audience, and after creating that audience, we will select this audience in our campaign which we will create in Twitter. Or we can create journey as well. There is in marketing cloud we can create journey, and in that journey as well we can create audience to reach out via that campaign. And fourth thing is just saying that use created audience in Twitter campaign as we select that audience in campaign. That's it. Then what happens is when we go on adstwitter.com, that time ads.twitter.com just asks us one time questions about our country and time zone. This is regarding just about your budget, how you are going to pay, where you want to work. And this is the one time procedure only, and it will never show you again to provide this information. And when you provide this information, it will redirect you to create campaign. Okay, so now it's time to demo how we all do this. Like, see, I have created this Twitter account here, and I have only tweeted one. um, I have tweet tweeted one thing only here. And I went on this advertising manager. Here I have already created this campaign. So I'm here. If you go on ads, advertising ad.twitter.com, it will show you this page, create a campaign page. Here you can select your objective to run that campaign, and here I will select reach. This is the mandatory step that you have to tell Twitter that what you want. Do you want videos? Do you want reach? Do you want website traffic? And it this objective selection will decide how Twitter is going to charge you for your advertising. Like, if you go for views, then per view Twitter is going to charge you for your advertising. I'll click on next. Here we just have to, I will show you some important things only. That is, we will provide name to our campaign, provide budget. Here you have to provide your credit card. It's disabled here, so it is important to know that you can provide your credit card from add new payment method. Here you have to provide your details. So now I'm not going to provide that. This is second thing which is important to run your campaign. This is the daily budget. What happens is you provide total budget here for your advertising. Means you can straightforward tell Twitter that I want to spend $100, $200, or $800 on this advertising. And out of that also, tweet you can provide daily budget for, like, you just select that $1,000 you want to say spend on this campaign, and you can tell Twitter that daily budget will be $1. Whenever $1 will be finished, Twitter will stop advertising for that day. That's how it that's how Twitter optimizes how to run on what pace we Twitter should run our advertising. And we can provide here start date for the campaign. Start date is a mandatory thing we should, and we can provide end date as well. I mean, there can be you have some advertising regarding your registration about any webinar, and it is going to what happen on 30th March. So obviously you don't want to add that webinar advertising till 30 or after 30. Okay, maybe your business decides that you want to send that advertising till only 29th of March, then you can select this end date here. So this is also a mandatory thing, and end date is not mandatory. You can leave it as it is and click on next. Now these things are not mandatory, and on this page you have to select your creatives, that is to say your advertising. Here you will have all the your tweets. Like I have this account new and I have tweeted this thing only for 2 times, so it's showing me this 2 times. And if you have 20 tweets, it will show you those all tweets here. And what will happen is you will select this tweet as your advertising. Okay, you can select two as well, but we are not going to do that. Next, showing you all the details of your campaign, and if you have any error while creating that campaign, it will show you on this page. Okay, and after that you will save or launch this campaign. To run this campaign, we will launch it, but now I'm not going to launch it. I'm just going on my campaign which I have already created. So likewise, we have ready campaign in Twitter. So now this campaign needs audience. How will we create that audiences in our marketing cloud? So what happens is here, there are two ways to create audience here. This is the overview tab and create audience here. Clicking on this create audience, provide name to this audience, provide destination like Twitter, and select an account for that Twitter. And this part is pending yet, so this add account, we can add that account and integrate that account with our marketing cloud advertising studio through administration tab. Click on Twitter. Here it automatically show you that Twitter ID, and you will select that and will integrate that, and after that you are able to create that audience. One more way is to create audience in marketing cloud. It's from journey. You can select advertising audience in journey where you want to use that audience, and you can leverage that audience there. And whenever you run that journey, that campaign will automatically start to run. But um, and at the same time, when we create audience in overview tab, that time we can leverage that advertising here in our audience. And where we can do that is custom audience include. You will get that audience option automatically here, and you will select that audience. That's how we gonna work on the advertising audience. So now we will go again on our slide, which was showing our necessary steps. Like we created campaign here, integrated Twitter account by administration tab, and created audience in overview tab, and after that we used created audience in Twitter campaign via journey builder or selecting custom audience. And that's how uh, we will run all our Twitter advertising campaign using Marketing Cloud data. Uh, that is what I wanted to show you. Now you all are open to questions.